Top 10 ways to mend a broken heart. Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now.
Hot big smoke it, drink it down. Your voice, it got you around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Press play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, and y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the real cigar Jeff, man. Y'all do me a favor. Look below in the description. Support the channel. Get the merch. Make sure, man, you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Gotta knock that out. A lot of y'all watching our stuff, but ain't hitting that subscribe button, man. Help these videos get sent out to the YouTube world. Because we know people need help in these relationships, man. And we are sent to give it to you for entertainment purposes only. And y'all know tonight, man, if I'm talking about top ways to mend a broken heart, I got to bring back my resident relationship and breakup and becoming a better person expert. Gotta let her introduce herself and tell y'all what she's sipping on tonight.
Thanks for having me back, JB. I don't know about all that. You know, um, you know how I feel about relationships. Don't do it. Um, so I'm sipping on tonight my rum haven with my Dole
Okay.
pineapple juice
Oh, okay.
that I just put back in the refrigerator. It's cold up here. I need some hot chocolate, but that's a
It
whole
is
nother
cold.
story.
It's cold out here
So
too. It's
I
cold
forgot
out
to
here
keep
too.
that out, but that's what I'm sipping on tonight. My pineapple juice and rum haven.
Okay.
Switching
Okay.
it up for y'all as bad as I wanted my old smoky mint. I was like, okay,
Moonshine.
that's the third week.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll switch it
yeah,
up.
man. Appreciate you being on as always, man. Y'all don't know how much it means to me that Riley take time to schedule to support her little brother's
Oh, now you
YouTube
little
venture.
brother. Now you little brother.
Support her little brother's venture
Whatever.
on YouTube. But man, look, I got my CI knockoff Cigar International, man. That's where I get all my wholesale stuff from. Y'all gotta try these bundles, man. I had to do a cigar 101 from my staff over in Orlando. So these were the sticks we used so that they could practice on cutting and all that. These were the ones I had left over, man. Shout out CI knockoff, bruh. Thing hit. Got a couple more I can smoke. Got my bullet old fashioned. Just so y'all know. Got my bullet right there. But had to do it old fashioned tonight because of the makeup of this cigar. So figured I'd do something a little sweeter in my drink. So I got my cigar, got my drink. And we got to look at the top 10 ways of mending a broken heart. Now, Rhonda, when you got the topic today, what was the first thing that came to your head?
Um, I don't know if anything in particular popped up. I just know if you've lived long enough, you've had heartbreak, and whether you're going
Hmm.
through a current one or you're still getting over one or you done got over it and jaded now, everybody has experienced heartbreak. So I don't know if it was any one thing that popped up in my mind. It's just I think it's a tough subject for a lot of people, and I think it's a subject that people may not want to touch so quickly. So, we'll see what happens with what we come up with. That's probably why I'm drinking something harder too.
Hey, that rum haven, I get it though. I got my bottle of rum haven somewhere over here. Either my rum haven or my Tanteo. I got something over here. But
Hmm.
I'm a fan of that rum haven, man. You put a little coconut water with that pineapple juice. You gonna really set it off then. But that's another story for another day. But I'm glad you said what you said, Ron. Guys, I gotta tell y'all this. Now we gonna talk about this. I got an article we gonna share with y'all. Rhonda's already seen the article. I've had a chance to look over the article. One of the things I want to make sure we don't jump over is mending a broken heart. Some of y'all still stuck. You might have a broken heart, but you may not have broken up. See, and that's one of the things you're gonna find. Mending from a broken heart don't necessarily mean you could leave the person, right? You might be in a situation where neither one of y'all could leave, or there's certain things that's keeping you together, but you still got this broken heart. And I think we need to make sure we reflect on that too, or kind of add that dynamic into it, because a lot of times it's going to be easy to mend a broken heart when I'm separated from the person that broke it. But some people may be in a situation where their heart is broken, but you can't break up, whether you in a relationship or whether you married. What do you think about when you hear me say that,
But
right?
no, that's a interesting statement, especially coming from you. That's a very interesting statement. Um,
Was that a compliment or a dig?
no. It was a compliment. No, I'm shocked that you looked at it from that standpoint. Because if we're gonna bring that into it, I think that's everybody that's in a relationship. I think you get heartbroken every day if you're in a relationship based on where your relationship is. Heartbroken every day, but the key is, can you admit it or not? And I
Yes,
think a lot of people probably are
absolutely.
heartbroken every single day. And
Yep,
so,
yep,
if they're in a relationship, or their partner is not doing exactly what they want, what they want
yes,
them to do,
yes,
and it's but I think in a relationship, everybody, one person will compromise more than the other, and so that could
yes.
lead to heartbreak, which to
That
me
that's
turns into
that's
resentment, then anger, then what we doing on Snap. But back to you.
absolutely.
Hmm.
But again, this is kind of what starts the process. It's a lot easier to mend a broken heart if I can get away from that person that broke it. Sometimes you're dealing with a broken heart and you stuck with the person who broke it. And like I said, now that turns into, let me try to get back at a person versus focusing on yourself. And a lot
Hmm.
of people got to realize the person who broke your heart, you can't fix, because if you were a priority for them, they never would have broke your heart. They never would have broke your heart.
Or
And
you
when
end
we,
up
yeah, go
taking
ahead.
girls trips or guys trips, or we going
No,
here,
that's
we
true.
go, like doing things outside of that person too. Like it could turn into that too.
Well,
Um,
and guys, ain't nothing wrong with doing that. But if your motive is trying to get back at somebody, that ain't the reason to go on a trip, right? Typically, a guy's trip and a girl's trip at its core, Rhonda, is, man, we just gonna get together, have a good time. But if you going with that motive of saying this is my chance to get away so I can do some dirt that I can't do at my house, that's a different ball game, right?
I don't know which trip you talking about, but okay. Because I think
Look, I'm
most
gonna tell
are
you,
the latter. I think most are the latter. And I think if
y'all get the
go ahead.
y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about girls and guys trips. Is Rhonda right, or is Jeff right that it might be some balance to
Listen, if things were good, you wouldn't have to go on no trip.
it?
So
No,
no, I mean I'm serious. Like unless there was an annual trip before you met that person, there was an annual trip that you had with your boys or your girls.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I could see that. There's this song, I love me some Chris Brown. Don't hate. Love me some Chris Brown. And he got this song. Well, it ain't even his song. I think he's
He's
collaborating.
on the hook. Yeah.
And it's called IDAGF. Whatever that acronym is. And if
Uh-huh.
you listen to, I think his name is T Grizzly or something. I don't know what his name is, but he's the actual rapper in that. And he said, if it's all good, why you answering then?
But, but see, I just think we live in a different. I think we live in a different era. I think we
But
live
if
in a
your heart
different.
is broken, you go answer.
But if your heart is broken, if you're not happy, all that kind
Yes.
of stuff, you're gonna answer. I think the biggest thing is, guys, is when people start lying to themselves. See, that's the number one sign of a broken heart, when you lie to yourself so you don't have to admit you have one. Because if you admit you got a broken heart, right, just like an alcoholic, if I go to Alcoholics Anonymous, what's the first thing they make me admit? You got to make me admit I'm an alcoholic.
Well, yeah,
And not only
but
do
you got
you,
to know that you are.
you got to know that you are,
And
and
you
then
got
you
to
got to
know that
want
your
to change
liver
it.
is saying please.
And you got to want to change it. You got to want to
Hmm.
change it, right?
Hmm.
So I think one of the biggest things, Rhonda, when I saw it, I'm like, you know what? Nobody wants to admit they have a broken heart, because right now you got rules to be around people, right? You got to talk positive, right? I got to be positive, only positive vibes, and only talk to me about these situations. And everybody's living in a lie, so nobody can tell you they got a broken heart. But if you tell people you got a broken heart, the first thing you're gonna find, you're gonna connect with a lot of people.
But okay, like, well, let me ask you this then. Even all right, with you just saying what you said, about people not admitting that they do have a broken heart. What if one of your friends came to you and said, "Look, man, like things ain't going that well. My heart's broke." Now, mind you,
What if
and
what if
I'm
one of my
saying,
friends? What one of my
Yes.
friends told me?
Yes. And
Oh,
nine
you
times
asking
out
me
of
for
10
a
for you,
personal?
it's
Or you
gonna
talking
be
to
a
me?
guy, right? Like they
Okay,
said, man,
yeah.
yes, things are rough. It ain't what I thought it was. It ain't going like I want it to, and maybe they won't use the word heartbroken, but they say, man, it's just
But you know what it
however guys
means,
talk. Yeah, however guys
right?
talk. How much you gonna listen to that as a
See,
man?
well, my whole point around it is anybody who called me, the first thing I'm gonna say is where you want to go. Let's get away, clear your head, focus on you. I tell that to everybody who called me. But y'all know what? A lot of people have lost themselves. So when you tell them to focus on them, there's nothing to focus on because they've all poured out. You see what I'm saying, right?
Hmm.
That's why a lot of people struggle with me because you're right. I ain't gonna listen to it. I ain't gonna let you put that trash on me. I'm gonna let you get out of that
But for
environment. Let's
them,
go
it's
somewhere.
everything. For you, it's trash. For
No,
them,
but
it's
no, no.
everything.
But if you dump on me, you see me as a trash can. If you call Jeff, Jeff is a solutions guy. Anybody who knows
Man,
Jeff is
you
a
let me
solutions
dump
guy.
on you all the time.
Well, don't let you dump on me. Look, I told you up front, man. Ain't no feeling sorry over here. We got to get up and get this
Lord,
business
listen.
going, right? So
Mm,
if y'all talk to me, right, and I'm just talking for Jeff, if you call me, I'm a solutions guy. What I'm gonna say, let's get you out of that environment. Let's go talk about you. I want to hear because y'all gonna be getting along again next week. See what I'm saying? I want to focus on you. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me
mm.
what your goals are. Don't tell me what you're doing for everybody else. Tell me what you're doing with you. Because if you got a broken heart, the first sign of a broken heart is you're trying to be a nice person because you feel guilty because you think it's your fault that your heart got broken. If you talk to somebody with a broken heart, it's because they were in a relationship, an out of balance relationship where they loved more than the person loved them. And that person broke their heart.
Well, I think
And the
that's
person
I
broke their
think
heart.
that's I think that's the case in relationships though. I think one person
I
does
agree.
love the other one more than the other.
Absolutely,
And now
guys.
do I think it could go if it could ebb and flow? Maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I think at your core, especially if you believe wow man, I got this person right, or that person actually like me back or whatever, and then you go do the thing. But I don't know. I don't know. And I know we're
Yeah.
getting off. I know we're getting off
No, no,
track.
no,
We
we're
got to
not.
the
We're
10
not,
things
guys.
yet.
We're not. We're not, guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through this article and tell you how to mend a broken heart. The reason why I want to do this first round is because a lot of people don't understand. If you have a broken heart, it means that somebody had power over you and you gave it to them. When you make somebody an idol God, they're gonna leave you and
But how about
forsake
you
you.
just care about somebody? How about you just love them?
No, no, it's not about what. Because remember, love is not an emotion. Love is a commandment,
Okay,
right?
I'm gonna just be real
Go ahead.
transparent. I was heartbroken when when our dad and our brother died.
That's
I was
different.
heartbroken.
That's different. We talking about dating now. We talking about dating. We talking about
Well,
relationship.
we need to talk about across the
Bereavement is
board.
something. Bereavement is something completely different. Bereavement is something completely different, right? And that's one of the
I say
things everybody
heartbreak is
got to see.
heartbreak. Your body feels the same.
No, let me tell you this, guys. Let me tell you this. Bereavement is something completely different. That's another topic for another day. What we talking about our relationship.
You don't think people bring their bereaved, heartbroken selves into relationships?
Oh no, I agree that a lot of people bring that baggage. There's a reason
Mm-hmm.
why Erica Badu made the song "Bag Lady," but it could have been "Bag Man" too, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we all bring some of these traumas and all this stuff with us. But at the core, what we're talking about is in relationship with heartbreak, right? And heartbreak don't mean it's over. Heartbreak just means adjustment. That's what a lot of people don't get. You can't go back and do the same thing that broke your heart the first time, thinking that, okay, let me double down. Maybe I just need to love him more, or maybe I just need to love her more. You can't do that. And I think that's where people struggle is, especially if you're in church. What does church tell you? Love like Christ. Well, Christ is unconditional, so that I don't have to be
Mm-hmm. He
unconditional,
agape. I'm so far
right?
from
That's what
being
they
like
try to
him.
tell you, right? The
What
best
up?
part about God is God sent Christ so I didn't have to be Christ. My love gonna have conditions.
Every time.
I can't love like God because I am not Him.
Babe, fix my food. What?
There you go. Cooking
Excuse
with
me?
Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
But then you have something like, babe, your food already here in the oven. Here you go, ready for you. You know?
Or you have some that say, hey, I'm coming in. What do you want me to pick you up? Like the whole point is knowing somebody thinking about you mean a lot, guys. Knowing somebody thinking about you mean a lot. Hey, I'm headed in. You
But
need to
that's why
go
I
with
think heartbreak can be so devastating for people. Because you would hope that whoever you do end up with or are married to will have at least your vibe or more with
I
how they
agree.
give, but that's not the case. That's not the
Agree.
case. Or somebody could get sick and then stuff shifts.
That's it, guys. And let me tell you, if y'all didn't meet sick, when somebody gets sick, it's gonna be hard to stay together. Right? Don't buy into what y'all see that they were right there by their side the whole time. No, that person who right there by their side is like, I don't want to do that. Y'all stay around somebody who was sick for a long period of time and watch how you start hating. Don't think it's gonna be a whole lot of love in this thing. Because the more a person's sick, the more meaner they get and the more truthful they speak.
Yeah,
Just
they
know
sure
that.
don't like it.
Just know that. Let's get into
Yeah.
this article, guys. I'm gonna go through it quick. I'm gonna just go through the titles around it, and then we go because I
Okay.
want to make sure we don't go too long.
Mm.
Guys, we over here at calm.com. Ron, let me know if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I saw
Yes.
this article, guys. I was like, well, damn, I love when the article has our same title, right? How to Mend a Broken Heart, Practical Steps to Heal and Recover. Okay. So, heartbreak is painful, but there are ways to cope to feel better. Learn how to mend a broken heart and support yourself through the recovery process. Notice, guys, I want y'all to, Ron, the reason why I wanted this, look at what this guy said when your heart is broken. There are ways to cope. Guys, you cannot repair a broken heart. You can
No.
only cope. You can only
No.
cope.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can, and guys, let me tell y'all something, right? If you look at the Bible, what does the Bible talk about? The only thing God can't penetrate is the hardness of the heart. Can't penetrate it. So basically, guys, when you let somebody break your heart, or when somebody breaks it, and you didn't let them, they just broke it, it's going to be a coping mechanism now, not an actual repair. Just remember that. We're going to manage this thing. We're not going to cure it. Heartbreak is an experience that most of us go through at some point of our lives, and a natural reaction to something that's broken is wanting to fix it. Mending a broken heart begins with understanding the pain and making space for it. Guys, if somebody break your heart, you got to now make space for it to stay there. Come on, Ron. What do you think about that first paragraph?
No, look, it's no different than somebody um getting an injury or spraining a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
I often tell my clients like muscles never forget. They will always remember. The heart is a muscle. It never forgets.
Yeah.
It's gonna always remember
Mm-hmm.
that pain. Oh, speaking of
Yeah. Why heart breaks painful, guys?
painful, yes, that's like I just
Look, Ron just said it, right? Our
yeah,
body
that's what I'm
sometimes
like.
reacts to
Oh, okay,
heartbreak in a similar way to how it responds to physical pain.
yes,
Our brain may perceive heartbreak as emotional pain, and it may respond by releasing stress hormones like cortisol. Right? Why you got that big gut? It ain't because you're overeating or out of
or a
shape.
big back.
For big, let's just focus on
No, I was speaking personally, but that's my business.
these hormones can cause physical symptoms
Mhm,
such as a tight or heavy chest, trouble sleeping, or appetite loss.
mhm,
All right, guys.
mhm.
Psychologically, heartbreak can bring a mix of emotions like sadness, loss, or even grief. We might also battle feelings of inadequacy or face a dip in our self esteem. Why? The person who broke your heart, you feel like you gave more of yourself to them than anybody else.
And they ain't
When
thought
we're,
about you.
and they don't think about you at that same level. And guess what, guys? When you have an imbalance, if my four tires are not rotated and balanced, the car ain't gonna ride smooth.
Too soon
Okay?
to
When
use
we
that
broke
example.
when we're broken hearted, we're not just losing a person, but also the dreams, plans, and future we envision with them. The loss spans multiple levels, making it a complex challenge to overcome. Right,
Mhm.
Rhonda? When I saw that article, I said, "Damn, heartbreak is just this cascading effect, like throwing a rock across a lake and just watching the ripples."
But that's why you think you're doing good, right? Like you like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I done coped, I done got past that little heartbreak, and then something
Mm-hmm.
will remind you, like, no, no, you haven't. Just put you right
Yeah.
back there,
Now,
you know.
now, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly, right? What is broken heart syndrome? Some of y'all got to hear this, man. Also known as Takatsubu. I hope I'm saying that. Look at this, guys. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, we got to talk about this, right? Takatsubu cardiomyopathy,
Good job.
a temporary heart condition triggered by intense emotional or physical stress, like
Yeah.
losing a loved one or an experiencing a major shock. It is thought that a sudden surge of stress hormones like adrenaline leads
Mhm.
these changes. Look at this, guys. It causes symptoms similar to a heart attack, such
Yep.
as chest pains and shortness of breath, but it doesn't result from blocked artery.
Right.
Instead, the heart's left ventricle temporarily weakens and changes shape. This condition is reversible with proper treatment, but it highlights the powerful connection between emotional health and physical well-being.
It's, exactly.
Go ahead, jump in there, right? Jump in
No,
there. Don't,
man.
don't,
I've
don't,
been
don't
speaking
let me
this
do all
since
the
day
talking.
one. Since day one. That
Guys, if
mind,
y'all
that
listen,
body emotion connection is real, and people try to act like it ain't. When
and
you sit
guys,
over there
this is
all
why,
swole, big back, and all
yes,
that, sit over there.
guys, this is why I tell everybody you don't go into a relationship with emotion. Your heart
Jeff,
is
there's no way you can't
adjusting.
do. You got to have
No,
emotion
yes,
going
you
into.
can. No, 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 you
How?
can't do emotion, guys.
You
Look,
can.
the relationship is a business, guys. This is why you gotta operate. That's why when your marriage is in trouble, your relationship is in trouble, you got to go talk to somebody in business to
Mm,
help get it back on track.
mm-mm.
Most of these therapists ain't even married.
Well, that's because they know what's up. They know it ain't no good
Mhm.
for those who.
Most of
But
these
I'm just saying, no. When you look at the number of women who are married and they have autoimmune diseases, it's basically because
guys,
they can't express themselves. They can't
guys,
show the
look at this.
emotional side of them. And then they man got them out here walking around like emotionally homeless and all this kind of stuff, and they don't know what to do. And then here they
Guys,
go seeing you coming in your bars and doing whatever in your vet clinic, doing whatever you doing, and they're like,
nope, 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 nope,
I mean, I hate to use you as an example, but you get what I'm
nope,
saying.
nope.
You come
Look,
in there,
I'm a,
what's up, guys? What's up, guys? You know how you do when you walk in the room.
no, I don't. No, I don't. Well, you hate. Well, you hate. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. This paragraph got me. If y'all don't take nothing from this, your health is on the line once you experience a heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
Your health is on the line. So some of us thinking we got to go out here and eat well, get in
No.
shape, go to the gym. No, you dealing with a heartbreak. You
Mm-hmm.
dealing with a heartbreak, and nothing you doing is gonna help until you address this heartbreak.
And that's real,
Broken
which is
heart.
all emotional.
Yeah, but that's why I'm telling people your relationship, Ronald. We do this podcast all the time, and we talk about how to enter into relationships. And you need to start asking logical questions because if you're doing logical stuff now, right? I ain't saying I've been like this all my life, just like that now. I don't do emotion now.
Well, because you did it the other way, right? That's the thing.
Did the other way.
You
Other
did it
way
the
don't
other
work,
way.
guys.
You saw what it was like.
Other,
You didn't like it, so you had
other
to
way
go
don't work.
to the other way. But
And now you
no,
sitting.
look, no, they like what that thing do. They
Hmm.
ain't saying like, oh, let's like ask some logical questions when you first meeting somebody. It's
That's
all
the whole
about
point,
the
guys.
chemistry instead of connection, and that's where people mess up.
And guys, guess what? You got a broken heart, and what you do is you try to double down with the person who broke your heart. Now you just killing your heart. You killing your heart is trying to make adjustments to, but eventually you're gonna push the heart too much, and the heart gonna give out. Now you're gonna feel like you have a heart attack. You're gonna be in the hospital. They're gonna tell you had a panic attack. Why? Because you trying to see why I love this person that don't love me back. Why I do all this with this person they don't care about. All that
Because
stuff,
it's in
guys.
us. It's in us
It's in us. It's in
naturally
us.
to want to show the person that broke our heart. Look, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
good person. Man, F that.
Mm-hmm.
Be good to
Yep.
yourself.
See, and look, guys, that's why I told y'all. And we're gonna go through these 10 steps real fast. I'm gonna go through them real fast,
Okay, I'm gonna
right?
shut up too. 'Cause I'm
Because
getting hyped. I
no,
think
no,
it's
you're
the
fine.
room.
I'm gonna go through. No, I'm gonna go through them real fast, guys. What they tell you to do. Practical step. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, right? Let
Yes.
yourself grieve and process your emotions instead of suppressing them.
Yes.
Journaling or talking to a trusted friend can help you make sense of how you feel. Try journal prompt, like what is the lesson that this pain is teaching me? Now, I want to say something to this, Ron.
What?
This is what it said. Journaling or talking to a trusted friend can help you make sense of how you feel. Notice why I told you, if you call me, who am I going to make it about? I'm going to make it about you. I don't want to hear about her or him. You don't control her or him. You want to
But
control
to
you.
somebody
What do you think about
heartbroken,
it while you
all
say?
that exists at that moment is her or him. That's all I'm saying.
But that's why if you're
In
a
that
trusted
moment.
friend, if you're a trusted friend, Ron, that's why I said trusted friend. I got to redirect. I
No,
don't
I gotta
redirect
let you
you to
get
make it
that
about
mess
you.
out. Get that mess out
No,
so we could
no,
focus
don't get
and know how to move forward.
no, don't get it out with me. Me
Yes,
and Ron handle
get
it
it out
different.
with
If
me. Because ain't no
y'all
need to
call
hold that mess
Ron,
in.
no, I don't need you to suppress it, but I just want to talk about you. Tell me what your goals were. Tell me what you
But
wanted
in
to
that
achieve.
moment,
I did,
them is
no,
you
in
yeah.
that moment, Rhonda, that's why I got their attention. Don't let them dump it because once they get the emotion out, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I feel better now. Let me go back and try it again. Maybe I was wrong." No, you can't give them that. You got to ask them questions
No,
while they're
no, but then
emotional, just
that's
like
when
a
you set the
salesperson.
boundary. Well, look, don't come back over here talking that mess to me. Then we didn't get you didn't get it out.
Blocked, blocked.
Well, no, we know you know how to block.
But number two, guys, that's messed up. Set
Ooh,
healthy boundaries if your heartbreak stems from a breakup. Okay, guys? If you hope to one day be friends, it can be tempting to want to stay looped in with them. But if that staying in touch is painful, guys, take a break from the communication. What I'm trying to tell you, cut it off altogether.
Jeff,
Look at what it
really,
says. This
Jeff,
might mean
really,
unfollowing them on
Jeff, we
social
talking to
media.
these
No, I'm
we
just
talking
telling
to
you.
these people for
This
entertainment
look,
purposes only.
entertaining purposes only. But look at what she said. This might mean unfollowing them on social media, or politely declining to meet until you're ready. Protect your emotional well-being during this sensitive time. Right? This also goes for anyone experiencing heartbreak over loss of a friend or taking space from a family member. Come on, guys. Look, man, you better learn how to go into that iPhone and hit block caller, and
There
you
you
need to go on
go.
social media
See,
and
I
unfollow
can't.
people.
I can't.
Yeah,
As you
just
just said,
telling you.
man, that's messed up.
Mm-mm. No, what do you think about this one, man? What do you think about
Oh,
this
I
one?
ain't gonna touch that one because you already know.
Okay, okay. Number three. Here we go, guys. Look at what I'm telling y'all. Number three, focus on self care.
Yeah,
If you experience heartbreak because of a relationship ended, or it's because you lost someone you love, be sure to take care of your body and mind. Do your best to get enough sleep. We know how hard it is with a racing mind. Eat nourishing food, guys, and stay as active as you can. Yoga, meditation, or even a walk can reduce stress and help you get more grounded. What do you think about self care, Run? Get a
you know,
massage.
I mean, that's what I do. Self care has to be important.
Mm-hmm.
The sad thing is,
Yeah.
though, when your heart is broken, you may not feel like you're deserving of self care because you're trying to fix this relationship that's probably not working and may not work, and you get caught up. So you do have to be intentional. But if you set a boundary, you could focus on your self care. If you acknowledge what's going
Mm-hmm.
on, set your boundary. You could make room for yourself to do all those things. But they should be doing self care before they even in a relationship anyway. That just goes without saying. Because I think that's a red flag. If somebody's not doing self care for themselves, you should not be dating, and vice versa. They shouldn't be dating you if you don't know how
Yeah.
to take time for yourself and check in with yourself and see how everything is. Then
And
you'll
then
love
that's what
yourself enough to know whether they love me or not, or break my heart or not. We good.
and guess what, guys? The person who broke your heart blames you for them breaking your heart. That's why this thing is telling you to focus on self care.
Narcissist.
Because you have forgot how to take care of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Y'all got to pay attention to that thing. And number four, reconnect with your interests and passion. If your heart broken, it's because you gave up everything you like to do, right? Look at what he's saying, guys. If you're heartbroken due to a relationship ending, this time in life can be great. It'd be a great opportunity to redirect your attention back to yourself and reconnect with your own life. When I ask people who are in relationships and people who are married, what do they want to do? They can't tell you nothing about them. Oh, it's about the wife want to do this or the husband wants to do this. Oh, it's about the kids this, the kids that. Okay, what do you want to do? Can't answer. Guys, that the people I come in contact with, especially on a daily basis, they cannot answer questions about themselves, right? Rediscover old hobbies, try new activities that bring you joy, right? Look at this thing. This mean attending a pottery class or learning how to crochet. Don't tell
They
me
say
it's
you,
not
yeah, they
good.
say you should do something that's a little more challenging,
Mm-hmm.
like when you have a heart, or when you get stuck, or feel like something had, like you lost something in your life, to do
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
either you've always wanted to do, or do something that you probably think you would never do, or thought you would never
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah, guys, so reconnect with your interest and passion. And now guess what, guys? What you're gonna find is you didn't have a problem with your interests and passions until this other person showed up. Because that person recognized you had an interest and passion, but they can't break your heart unless they get you out of balance. See, your heart can't break if you doing things you like for yourself. Your every minute of your existence cannot be tied to somebody else. It cannot be. That's the whole point. Number five, seek support if you need it. When all else fails, know that you don't have to go through this alone. Share your feelings with friends, family, or therapists. I'm gonna tell y'all, cut friends and family out. Go straight to a therapist. Why? You need to pay somebody.
Who said what? You said what?
Don't worry about friends and family. Share your feelings only with a therapist. And I
Because
ain't a
you're
big
not a
therapy
therapy. You're
person.
not a therapy
I'm
person.
not a I'm not a therapy person. But if you're at heartbreak stage, your friends and family already tried to tell you. You didn't listen. So now you're using them to vent. You're not using them to correct.
That's every episode of Snapped. They always say, "Well, we
Go
told them."
to a therapist. Guys, if you're at heartbreak stage, now you need to go to a therapist because you ain't got nobody else, right? Because the first thing friends and family gonna tell you, I told you she wasn't no good. I told you he wasn't no good. And you don't want to hear that. That's why you go to a therapist.
But go to
And some of
therapy,
y'all gotta,
period.
well, yeah, yeah. But see, I don't like therapy because if you separate that word,
Because therapy will
TAG,
teach you how to cope with whatever comes up, not just heartbreak,
you,
but with whatever
you ain't
comes
seen
up.
that meme. You ain't seen that meme about therapists, Ron.
Mm-mm.
Put a space between THE and the other letters. That's what they do.
I don't get it.
Okay, I'll tell you when we get.
Oh,
I'll tell
okay.
you.
I'm thinking too.
Yeah, put a space after the in therapy. What does it say?
The raping. Is that what he's saying? Oh, what they do, their is part. They don't do that.
So yeah, gotta get your therapy, guys. Right? Okay. Now I'm gonna go through these guys. How to cope with heartbreak. Eight tips to navigate a broken heart. Allow yourself to grieve. Seek support to help you cope. Practice self care. Lean into healthy habits, guys. Prioritize exercise, rest, and nourish your body with a balanced diet. Guys, when you go into a heartbreak, all this stuff stops. When you coming out of a heartbreak, you got to start it back up. So if you do that proactively, you're gonna be fine.
Well, that's where
Number
trust
five,
issues come into play.
that's true. That's true. Set boundaries with your ex partner, right? Set boundaries. Allow space for your healing. Okay. They also make the process of moving on to date again easier. Focus on your goals and dreams because the person who broke your heart, they still growing at their job. They still in charge at their job. They still growing their company. You sacrificed your profession in order to love them. They didn't do the same thing. So now you got to come back and get your goals and dreams. Number seven, practice mindfulness techniques. Breathing exercises, meditation, and journaling. I encourage you to simply be, right? The reason why I'm telling y'all about journaling, man, I gotta give my iPhone credit. That notes app on your iPhone when I can just pick up and write down what I'm thinking right now. Right, guys? I gotta write it out so that I can make sure my body knows I take myself serious. When I get something in my head now, I don't cast it away or say whatever, I get to it later. No, I write a lot of stuff in my notes, man. I can share this with you guys because I tell everybody, here's all of the podcast topics I actually want to get to. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's all my podcast topics. And y'all see how it just keeps rolling. It just keeps rolling. All of my
Mm-hmm.
podcast topics. All of them. Right? I write down, this is what I'm journaling, guys. I write it down myself. So again, I want y'all to make sure those mindful techniques, because the renewing of your mind will help more than anything with a heartbreak. Because once you start operating mentally, I'm not relying on my heart to go into relationships anymore. I only go into relationships mentally now versus from an emotional standpoint. Number eight, remind yourself that healing takes time. Guys, don't try to rush so you can show her that you recovered quicker than she thought. No, take your time to get it right. What do you think about that, Ron?
Listen, I think that's where most people miss it. They're not going to take the time to heal.
Mm-hmm,
They don't want to be alone. The thought of them being by themselves is just too much to bear. So you jump in all the mess that you got, and you jump in and then wonder why the next one doesn't work out. So no, I agree
mm-hmm,
with that.
mm-hmm. And that's what I want you guys to see. We won't do the rest of them, but that's what I want you guys to see, man. Like I think one of the things that we struggle with is a broken heart, guys. And Rhonda, look, a lot of people ain't gonna like what I gotta say about this, but all a broken heart is was the last resort of getting your attention. Because unless I break your heart, unless you hurt and feel that pain, you won't address what's going on. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. Why? I'm gonna tell you what I got taught by my mentor back in 1999. Jeff, you can learn by advice or experience. One gonna hurt, the other one ain't.
But most people gonna do the experience one.
Bruh, we gonna learn by
We ain't gonna
experience,
take nobody's advice. Cause guess what?
man.
I'm
And look,
different.
man, I remember the first time I applied for a leadership position. And I went in there and I told them I want this job because I'm gonna work harder than anybody else. And I'm gonna show my staff if I get this position that nobody works harder than me, and they're gonna respect me because I work harder. I didn't get that opportunity at the time. Why? They didn't want leaders by example. They wanted leaders who wanted to work less. Just all my life, I got taught go to your job, work harder than everybody else. But I wasn't paying attention to the training and the books they were giving me. Right? Y'all notice there's no books out there to tell you how to be poor.
Oh
There
no,
ain't one book,
people got that down pat, as they say. Got that down pat.
right? Look, when you come from a certain area, you get taught working hard. Well, that's because everybody who taught you that were never in leadership. Leadership, you gotta let them work hard because they want to do that. They don't want to work less, they want to work harder. And that was a foreign concept to me early in my career. And you sit down with people, I work hard, I do my job, I go home. Okay. If I try to tell you we can do it easier, they get offended. They want to do it their way, even if it means I'm carrying a whole lot more weight. So this is why heartbreak happens to people is because they need the boat to sink in order for them to make sure they can do something different. What do you think about that, Ron?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think people, if they could, I think we're wired to automatically think the worst of a thing. I think we're wired to automatically expect, like, hey, this should be hard. And if it's not hard, then why are we doing it?
Yes,
The number of people
yes,
I've switched from getting deep tissue all the time because it's just a mind, it's just a mental thing.
that's
In
what we
certain
got told.
cases, for regular people, these people ain't out here being Saquon Barkley and stuff. They ain't doing all that. When they said, or Derrick Henry, when they said that man does 240 grand a year on his
Mm-hmm.
self care, right? Whether that's
Mm-hmm.
all the things, right? And you
Yes,
just like, but trying to get somebody to, because I agree with you that with that advice or experience thing, because it's hard to shift your mind, and and people, they don't want to get it because they need their way to work. So if my love
yes,
needs to be hard and love is supposed to hurt, then it's something ain't right. Then we can't trust
yeah,
it. Then we like,
yeah.
oh, somebody trying to be nice to me. What? They don't know how to
That's
receive it.
that's the whole point, right? So I gotta go find a relationship that's gonna make me work hard because I've been taught I gotta do hard work versus go do what's easy so that you can enjoy it more, right? So now I go work hard, then I'm trying to get everybody else around me to work hard. I'm trying to get everybody else to do it. Man, we not no, ain't nobody showing up to do that. And that's why I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna repeat it. You can learn by advice or experience. One gonna hurt, the other one ain't. And now when I get advice, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Another thing I learned, let the system fail. Let their system fail. This is why I don't mind walking away from nobody. And when I say walking away, guys, it just means I ain't gonna deal with you, right? Because I gotta let your system fail. I tried to help you. I tried to talk to you. Okay, guess what? I'm gonna let your system fail. Go ahead and crash and burn. I can see that train going off track up there, right? I can see it. But if you decide you want to go off track so you can say, oh, let me go to church and rededicate myself and I'm gonna keep praying, fasting, and so on, right? Because the people who going through heartbreak, guys, they don't think logically. They don't. You can't have a logical conversation with them. Why am I saying this to you, Rhonda?
Yes.
Because
Why are you saying this?
we're dealing with heartbreak.
Yes.
2024 was rough on relationships, right? Which means 2025
It's gonna be
gonna be
rougher.
a year of decision. A year of decision. Am I gonna keep trying to plow? Am I gonna keep trying to plow this field? Or am I letting it go? I think a lot of people dealt with heartbreak, right? We just came off of an election. We all this kind of stuff. There's a lot that people are dealing with. We doing playoffs. We doing a lot of stuff that relationships are built around, right? And a lot of people after these first 3 months gonna determine, like, man, where we going with this thing? Where we going with this thing, man? That's why every time I travel, I just study other people's relationships. How is it that y'all fighting when you out in public? If I got to fight with you out in public, why the hell did we even come out?
Well, because
I'm a
that's what we do.
yeah,
That's what you do as humans. Why fake
yeah.
reality TV is so good? Why fake reality TV is so good?
That exactly, guys, and that's all I want y'all to see. If I'm out with you, I've chosen to be with you. I'm gonna have a good time, right? That's why Rhonda try to be funny when every time when I walk to a room and stuff like that. When we start sitting down with people,
So
Lamelo, what's no? We ate with Lamelo.
no,
We
we
did.
did not.
We ate with Lamelo. We ate with Ezekiel Elliott. Y'all, and
Yes,
look,
we did.
you come to the
Yes,
room with
no,
me.
that one we
You come to
did.
the room with me. Ain't no telling who you gonna meet when you see. I walk in the room and say, "What's up?" I don't know who know me. Yeah, we got fans.
Who?
I got fans. I got fans. But I think, guys, one of the things y'all want to look at is as Rhonda and I are talking to you guys, Rhonda and I have experienced heartbreak in different areas, right? We like when Rhonda was bringing up what happened with my dad, what happened with brother, all that kind of stuff. See, heartbreak gonna happen in other areas of life. For the purpose of the podcast, I talked about relationships, dating, marriage, whatever you want to call it. But there's going to be some other heartbreak that your relationship may be impacted by death and
Mhm.
sickness and all this kind of stuff. It's going to impact your relationship. That's why you gotta have these questions answered. You got to operate logically so that even if you have an emotional outburst, you reel yourself in. You reel yourself in pretty quick. Rhonda, what's your takeaway from tonight?
Don't get married. Don't stay in your relationship. Leave now. Leave now. Blink once if you're okay. Blink twice if you need help. Get out now. But if you want to go by experience, just learn how to cope. Just learn how to cope with whatever
Yes,
heartbreak and hope that it does not kill you or have you laying on your bathroom floor, not
yes,
knowing what to do
absolutely.
and feeling less
And guys,
than.
that's a good take. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I remember getting taught your problem ain't a what, it's a who. It ain't a what that broke your heart. It's a who that broke your heart. And the problem is you gave them a gateway into your heart. And you gotta close that gateway and recognize that no matter what happens, you're gonna be coping with it for the rest of your life and protect your heart physically because your heart has adjusted for the pain that this person gonna cause you. And this is why the only thing worse than marriage is divorce because your heart just keeps expanding, trying to make trying to keep up with that hurt and pain that grows every day. This is why you got it. A relationship should be two people dealing with the best of them, not two people trying to coexist. Because one supposed to do this and one supposed to do that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, go back to the podcast that we did on 50-50. A lot of y'all got heartbreak because of that 50-50 stuff. Y'all competing with each other, right? If I'm competing with you, I don't like you. Ain't no collaboration in these relationships, Randy, because everybody fighting over who should pay what because we trying to keep up with social media trends. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. Your problem is a what? I mean, your problem is a who, not a what. My takeaway to you guys is learn from advice instead of learning from experience. If you in the midst of a heartbreak right now, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. So guess what? Start putting some things on your calendar for you that after you do all your other responsibilities, because guess what's gonna happen, guys? When you didn't put yourself last, it ain't a whole lot of time on your schedule for you. And what you got to do is put things on your calendar that's going to allow you to rediscover yourself. And y'all know what it is, man. Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the real cigar Jeff. Y'all do me a favor, man. Get down in the comment section. Let us know what you think, man. Ron and Jeff crazy or we own something, man. Y'all know everything to support the channel is below. I just asked my cigar. Everything is below. Support the channel. Get the merch. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank my resident relationship and breakup expert.
Oh
Let
Lord.
me Random, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
On Instagram at RMBLNBT. I feel like I should get
All
on
right.
TikTok though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on TikTok now since my dog now. I'm gonna get on TikTok, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get on TikTok. Y'all might see the TikTok link. See the TikTok link down there too, man. And again, y'all know what it is. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, we gonna holler.
Hot beat, smoke it, drink it down. With your boys, it got Jeff around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.